Imagine waking up one day and the world you know is gone. No phones, no doctors, no clean water, nothing safe. That's what happened to me. I time traveled by accident and ended up in the year 1350, the deadliest time in history, the time of the Black Plague. This is how I survived, and how you might survive it too. It started like a normal morning. I walked into my kitchen, and suddenly the floor shook. A bright flash hit my eyes. Everything spun. When I woke up, I wasn't in my home. I was lying in wet dirt. Fog covered the trees. I heard metal clanging in the distance. I stood up and saw a dirt road. A man in old, rough clothes stared at me like I was something strange. That's when I knew I was not in my time anymore. The man walked toward me slowly. "Traveler?" he asked. His voice sounded old-fashioned, but I understood him. Then he warned me, "You should not walk alone. The sickness is spreading." My heart dropped. I knew what he meant. The Black Plague, the deadliest disease ever recorded. He offered to take me to his village. I was scared, but I followed. Being alone in 1350 was even scarier. The village was small. Mud roads, straw roofs, animals walking everywhere. But the people looked afraid. No one wanted to stand too close to anyone else. They kept their distance from me too. They weren't being rude. They were terrified. The plague had reached towns nearby. People didn't know how it spread. They only knew that close contact could mean death. So, rule number 1 to survive 1350 was clear. Stay away from crowds. Even a handshake could be dangerous. On my second day, I heard bells ringing. Slow, sad. Everyone in the village stopped moving. A man whispered, "That means someone died." The plague had come closer. I needed to stay alive. But the doctors in 1350 didn't know how the plague worked. They believed it came from bad air, or sin, or unbalanced humors. None of that was true. So I had to use what I already knew. Here are the rules I followed. Rule 1, stay away from fleas. Fleas carried the plague. They lived on rats, so I never went near grain or animal barns. Rule 2, keep distance from coughing people. The plague could spread through the air. Rule 3, only drink boiled water. Most water was dirty. Boiling saved my life. Rule 4, stay outdoors when possible.
Small rooms were very dangerous. Rule 5, blend in, but stay careful. People were scared. If they thought you brought sickness, they could turn on you. One day, a little girl fell near the village well. Her mother screamed for help, but no one went near them. The girl had the signs: big dark lumps under her arms, a burning fever, weakness. Everyone stood far away, not because they didn't care, but because helping could mean dying. It hurt to watch, but I knew if I stepped in, I might not survive either. People in the village began to whisper. Someone brought the sickness. Someone was to blame. Strangers were the first suspects. People like me. I knew I needed to leave before fear turned into violence. Early the next morning, I slipped out of the village. Traveling through 1350 was terrifying. Empty houses, smoke from burning bodies, fields with no workers left alive. And once, far down a road, I saw plague doctors. Masks shaped like long bird beaks, dark cloaks. They looked like shadows moving through a dying world. After days of walking, I reached a monastery. Monks lived there. They washed their hands often and boiled herbs. They tried to keep things clean even without knowing about germs. It was safer than any village. They gave me food and a bed, and I helped them work. At night, I thought, what if I was stuck here forever? Would I ever get home? One evening, a monk named Brother Ulrich told me, "Fear lasts a long time, but hope lasts longer." His words stayed with me. Even with sickness everywhere, people still helped each other, still prayed, still hoped. And then the air shook. The same ripping sound that pulled me into 1350 returned. Light flashed, a doorway opened in the air. My way back. I stepped through the light. Suddenly, I was home. Clean air, running water, electricity. I made it back, but I felt different, stronger, wiser. 1350 changed me. Here is what I learned. People in 1350 were not stupid. They were scared and doing their best. And to survive their world, you had to stay away from fleas, keep your distance, boil your water, avoid crowds, and never lose hope. Because hope is what keeps you alive in any time.